Hey guys, so you saw the picture of this thing that I made last night. Let me just zoom back a little here. And what I was reading on Miller's website, I know this isn't a Miller plasma cutter, but nonetheless, what I was reading is it said that you should try and keep the smallest amount of space between the end of the plasma cutter and the work. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a piece of 1/16 inch steel, and if you can see that the legs of the standoff are a little bit further away, and I'm trying to figure out how to be able to get this thing to always work here for me. So I want the standoff to be a 1/16 away. I don't know if you can see that right there, but right there the tip is actually lower than the tool. So I put this thumb screw in here so that I could adjust that. So see, you can see there, now I'm slightly above. So that seems to work pretty good. I'm going to have to test it out and see how it works. So I'll show you that next. Okay guys, so we're going to give it a trial run. Now, the way I have this set up here is, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm a 1/16 of an inch away from the tip. Let me just, yeah, you can see there. So what happened was I originally put a set screw in here on this side, but it was too low. It was below the flat part of the cone, so it wouldn't tighten on a taper. So I had to put the set screw up a little bit higher. So that was a, you know, a little misthought on my part, but it's not going to hurt anything. I mean, it's nice and tight there. I think what I'm going to do after I test this to see if it's going to be okay, I'm going to probably cut all of this out of here so that this thing, so I can see better, because right now this big circle stops me from exactly seeing the line. But I just want to see how it cuts. So you guys can watch this and you'll be the first to see what's going on with it. That's definitely a lot better and a lot easier to control the torch. So I don't want to make any more plasma cutter videos. There's a million of them out there, but I just figured I'd show you this. Now, let me also say that in making this yesterday, it probably took me a good 2 hours. Yeah, about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. You know, to actually make this thing out of a piece of 2-inch aluminum stock. Now the problem with that is I seen standoffs on eBay for like $1.50 a piece. So, you know, as far as the saving money on it, I probably did not save anything. But I had the 2-inch laying there. It was a piece that was a little short for a dog, so I figured I'd use that. So I'm just going to, like I say, cut the rest of this out of here so I can see down in there better. And the point is that, you know, I had a need and I built it in my shop by myself. I didn't really look at a lot of standoffs ahead of time. I just thought what would work for me. And actually I didn't like the idea of putting the thumb screw in. I wanted it to fit, you know, precisely, but these cones aren't all the same. Like this cone here is slightly different than that cone. I mean, they all fit, but they're just slightly, like this is out of round a little bit. So I couldn't make this to fit perfectly anyway. So then I did look at some standoffs last night after a couple guys recommended, you know, that I look them up. And I saw they did have thumb screws on them. So a thumb screw then is an accepted way of doing it. So I like it. I think that you know, it came out pretty good for a homemader, and like I say, I'm going to cut the rest of this out of here so I can see down in there good. Okay guys, so that's it with the plasma cutter. You can see how good it cut there. Done making plasma cutter videos until something goes wrong, I suppose. Have a good one there. Okay guys, so I cut off that, you know, this went all the way around, so I cut off that lip and all. Very easy to see this. It adjusts nice, fits there, and at least I can get nice straight cuts with this. And as far as cutting curves, I should be able to just drag around. Now what I was going to do here, if you notice, this is square here. I was thinking about putting this curve, but then if you put a curve, it's harder to hold it straight, and I found out that if I leave that square and rest on that, I'm going nice and flat and I'm holding the gun in the right position. So Bill from Minnesota is giving me some ideas here for stuff, but I got to get away from this thing. I got other chores I need to do. But anyway, I'm thinking about putting something on here to be able to cut like circles, for instance. That should be easy because this is machined, so it's very round. Some kind of clamp and a thing with a point on it or something. But anyway, that's as far as I'm going with this thing for now. Seems to work good. I'll be happy with this. So that's it for the plasma cutter. And like I say, this thing cost me about, I don't know, in time probably $35, which I could have bought one for $3. But gave me something to do. Have a good one, guys. Yeah, you guessed it. It's Sally's birthday coming up, and I have to bake her a cake. Now I'm no baker, but she wants me to bake her a cake. So here we go. Okay, guys. So here is a construction worker of 45 or more years making a cake. So anyway, it says on the back of this box, 1 cup of water, that's that, 3 large eggs, they're large enough, and 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, that's this. So preheat the oven to 350 for metal and glass pans, 325 for darker coated pans. Well, I'm guessing that's a darker coated pan. Blend cake mix and all the other stuff. Beat for 2 minutes. Pour it into the thing. I'm in the center of the bake in the center of the oven following the chart below. Add 3 to 5 minutes or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to put some, I don't know if it's, oh, it says grease the pan. So I'm going to put this Crisco on the side of that pan, throw some flour in it, and get that to go around. Then I'll mix the cake up. Okay, so I saw Sally do this once, and I don't know if this is how you do it, but I guess she doesn't get any Crisco on her fingers by using wax paper to spread it out. Now I don't think it should be too thick either. I think I should just spray that stuff on here. It seems a lot easier than this, but she said I had to do it this way. Okay, I gotta toss that then. Alright. So oh man. Alright, well, I'll wipe that up. Okay, so got that wiped up, and let's see here what's next. I gotta put the cake in the freaking thing here in the bowl. Okay, so there's the cake mix. Cup of water. 1/3 cup of oil. Oh, that thing looks like blood red. And then 3 eggs. Yeah, I know how to crack eggs. I made a lot of eggs for breakfast. Alright, what do we got here? 1/3 cup of oil. I've got all that stuff in there. Blend. So I guess they just want to mix it. And then it calls to beat. Alright, blend first. Freaking really does look like a bloody mess, actually. Oh, it sounds like she's coming back. I'm gonna wipe up this drops here. Alright, so I would call that blended. And then it says to beat for 2 minutes. I ain't getting the beater out because I don't want to have to wash it. So I'm going to use a whisk. If I can find it. Alright, so I'm going to do this for 2 minutes. So it don't look like it's coming out too bad. Okay, so that's mixed up. So we'll throw this thing in the cake or the pan. I don't know if I want to even taste this stuff. I never had a red velvet cake. I don't think Sally did either. That's why she wants it. I have no idea what it's going to taste like. So I guess I'll spread it out a little bit. I gotta wait for the oven to finish getting warm. Okay, so I got the cake batter in the pan, and what I'm waiting for right now is for the oven to heat up a little more. I hope that leaving that sit there for a couple minutes isn't gonna hurt anything. Okay. So she just pulled in anyway, so now she's upset because she said I was going to make the cake tonight, but I decided to make it now, so I don't know what that means. Okay guys, so there it is, it's out of the oven. So I got to make some kind of frosting for it, which I don't know. My mom used to make it with cream and powdered sugar. So I guess that's what I'll be doing. Okay guys, so I'm winging this. This is butter and powdered sugar, so that's what I'm going to use. I'll mix that together with a fork and see how it gets. Might have to add some sort of liquid to it. Alright guys, so I added this evaporated milk, maybe about 3 tablespoons I would say, to that much sugar, and there's butter in there, and I just kept working it with a fork. So I might need more. I'm not sure if there's enough there to do the whole cake, so I might have to like double up on that. Anyway, that's how I did it. Now let me just tell you that I never in my life saw my dad cook or bake anything except mushrooms. He'd make mushrooms and he'd fry trout for himself. That was it. So my mom had the idea that if you're married and if your wife gets sick, you should know how to do these things. So this is why she would show me how to do stuff. Not that I do a lot of it, because I don't even want to do it, but I'm just saying, better than not having anything. Alright guys, so we have what would be known as buttercream frosting, and I didn't really realize about the cake. Sally said that the cake needs to sit until it's cool, which I did. So you can see it's not tearing the cake at all, which is a good thing. We're really not allowed to have this stuff because both of us have a sugar problem, to say the least. But we're going to enjoy this anyway. We only live once. Of course, we've eaten more than one cake. So anyway, here we go. Buttercream frosting. I'm doing the best I can. Looks like I didn't have to make any more. Looks like there's enough there. Now if you make frosting, and now I'm not an expert here, so please don't take it as I am. If you make frosting out of just plain powdered sugar and, like, say, water, you actually can make a frosting out with water, but the thing is it stays sort of runny, and then when it does dry up, it gets like the glazing you'd see on a donut. So when you add a little bit of the cream to it, and especially the butter is what keeps it from getting real hard or real soft, either direction. Looks like I'm running out of frosting here. Don't ask me what I'm trying to do here. I don't know. I'm trying to give it a pattern, I think. There, that looks like a pattern. Oh, that don't taste bad. Okay. I better watch how much I fool around here with this. It might start to, yeah, get weird. Alright, that's it. Guys, you've seen it all now. Everything from building stuff, cutting trees down, bake a cake. If this channel isn't diverse, I don't know what is. Have a good one, guys.